Let's learn how to solve linear equations. Before we start, let's talk about equations first. Here's a definition. It's a statement that shows the equality of two expressions. Any equality is an equation, usually has one or more variables. X is a variable because it is varying in value. In other words, the value can change depending on the other given factors. Solving an equation is like balancing a scale. The both sides needs to be equal to each other. That's the whole point. But here's the ultimate question. Why do you even need to find the x? Why do mathematicians want you to learn how to find a variable? Well, equation is a tool that is extremely important for finding unknown values. It is useful for real-life applications, like finding the speed of an object when the distance and the time is given. Equations are essential in every step of your math life. Trigonometry, calculus, and so on. You name it. So let's get into the examples. Example number 1. Let's start with something very simple. I have a linear equation here that says 3x minus 4 equals 2. Like I said, we have known values and unknown values. So in this case, x is our unknown value. And we are given 3, negative 4, and 2. And we have to manipulate these values to find and end up x equals some number. That's our main goal. And x equals x, we usually want x on the left side. So our step 1 would be adding 4 on both sides. So what we do on left side, we have to do on the right side of the equal sign. And we're going to end up with 3x equals 6. Now here, because we're multiplying, we're going to divide by 3. So we're going to end up with x equals 2. And that's our answer. Example number 2. Now we're going to do this in a slightly different way, but it's going to be less writing. But before that, pause the video and try this one on your own. Okay, when a number moves from one side to the other side of the equation, the sign changes. So what I want to do is that I want this plus 1 moved to the other side. So it's going to be negative 1. And then we're going to have 5x equals 6 minus 1. And then we're going to have 5x equals 5. And now we're going to do the opposite of what we're doing here on this side. 5 multiplied by x. So that means we're going to divide by 5 in order to find the x. And then we have x equals 1. And that's our answer. Example number 3. We have a linear equation as always. And let's try to imagine that there is negative 1 instead of just negative sign there. And we need that because we're going to distribute this negative 1, what's inside the parentheses, like this. So we're going to have 3x minus x. And when you multiply two negatives, it's going to be plus, and write everything else as it is. Now our next step is going to be combining the like terms. So it's going to be 3x minus x, which is going to equal to 2x. And we're going to move 4x to the other side of the equal sign. And we're going to change the sign as we're doing it. We're going to end up with negative 4 here. And it's going to equal to negative 5. Now we want this 7 to move to the other side. So it's going to be negative 7. Always be careful with the signs. Here we're going to end up with negative 2x. It's going to equal to negative 12. Now the last step is to divide by negative 2 in order to get x equals some number. And we're going to end up with 6. And that's our answer. Example number 4. Now try this one on your own. Remember, you won't be that lucky all the time. You won't be getting a whole number in all of your answers. So be careful, okay? Okay. So we have 11x, and we're gonna distribute to what's inside the parentheses. And we're gonna end up with 4x minus 2. And it's gonna equal to 7x. Now, let's move all the x's on one side and all the numbers on the other side, so we can combine the like terms. So we're gonna have 11x plus 4x. Now 7x is gonna be negative because we're moving it to the other side. And 2 is gonna be positive because it's going to the other side of the equation. Okay, so now we're left to combine the like terms. So it's gonna be 8x and equal to. So we're gonna divide both sides by 8. Gonna end up with 2 over 8. Or we can simplify this and get 1 over 4. And that's our answer. Remember, always simplify your answer. Most professors and teachers want that. Example number 5. We're given 4 plus b over 2 equals negative 5. Now you're saying, where's this b come from? Where's the x? Now it's the same variable, and variables can be represented in many different ways: uppercase, lowercase, a, b, c, x, y, z, you name it. So don't sweat it, just do what you need to do. Now right here, we need to do this. Now b over 2 is actually 1 over 2 multiplied by b. We're just writing it in a different way. Now 4, let's move it to the other side. So we have all of our variables on one side and all the numbers on the other. Now we're going to have negative 4, and it's going to equal to 1/2 multiplied by b equals negative 9. Now here, let's do the opposite. If we're multiplying by 1/2, then we're going to multiply by 2 to cancel it out. And b is going to equal to negative 18. And that is our answer. That is it for today, and thank you for watching until the end. Every week I post new videos, so stay tuned. Goodbye.